Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first in a series of kind of like how-tos and overviews of what we do when we make our upcycled haunted homes. So we'll take you from very basics all the way through some advanced stuff in later videos. But thanks for coming through. This is going to be a lot of fun, and let's jump right into it. So this is a house that we picked up recently at a Goodwill close by here in Simpsonville. Let's see if you guys have a really good shot of it there. It's cool. It has like some really unique like trapezoidal proportions, and we've got the creature hiding out down in there. But this is what it looks like after we've kind of cleaned it once we get home and painted it. So we prefer this Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra cover. It's paint and primer, and it's a really nice flat. You can see it here on the dollhouse itself. It's like really nebulous, and it gets really dark, and it adheres to the plastic really well. And we're not endorsed by Rust-Oleum or anything like that, I should say that. Disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. So yeah, we paint the houses out like that, and then we have a few steps that we go through pretty much every time on every build that lay a really cool foundation for a very spooky display home. One of the first things is we make these boards out of popsicle sticks. I don't know if you can see this one very well, but these are popsicle sticks, and we break them up and we put them in kind of like a bath of different paints and things, and they come out really cool and distressed and weathered. So I thought I would take some time to show you guys how you do it. When you get one of our haunted houses at one of the markets, or hopefully we'll have some at some retail locations soon, you get a bag full of popsicle sticks. It comes with 20 popsicle sticks, and it's more than enough to board up pretty much every window and door on each home. This house in particular has like two cutout windows, one of which you can see here, and then it has a couple dummy windows and doors. So this one will be pretty easy to decorate like that, and let's show you guys how to make these weathered and distressed and really kind of cruddy looking. So first thing that I do when you have like a regular popsicle stick as they come in the set is that I break off the ends and I make them shorter. So I use 2 pairs of pliers to do this. The idea is that you grab to the same place on the popsicle stick and just kind of snap it there. That makes a really nice kind of squared edge on these things, as opposed to just the regular generic tapered popsicle stick edge. So I do that to both sides, and then I break the board in the middle if the size of the windows kind of permits that. So you can see if I did this whole board, I mean, you could do that. It's good to have varying sizes of them anyway, but if I did this whole board, it would be a little bit too big for this window here. So I'll break that in half too. I've kind of already prepped a whole bunch here, so I'll show you how to do this a couple times. That's the board you'll end up with. And they work really well. So this only takes a few minutes to do. It's fun to kind of get your hands dirty, and this is something that my son actually likes doing because it's like breaking stuff. That's pretty cool. And the more uneven and the more crooked they look, the better, I find. What's really nice is that the broken ends are much more porous than kind of the sanded, smooth parts of the popsicle sticks. So it takes paint really well in those spaces. We got all those in our little container. And then I have a few things that we add pretty much every time, although you can vary it as much as you want depending on the look that you're trying to achieve. But I like mine really dirty and earthy. I think the ideas behind the haunted houses that we like to make are that they're kind of like derelict homes that spirits are either attached to or fixated on. But for the most part, we do like the abandoned, really weathered, really distraught homes. So here I have a couple ingredients that really muck these things up perfectly for us. And I can show you the difference between the new looking one and the weathered looking one. They're pretty much almost the same shape, and you can see just how haggard and old these end up looking by using this mix. Alright, so first thing I do is I take enough water and I pour it in the container, enough to cover the sticks entirely. Although they float, once you start piling some stuff on top of them, they do sink a little bit. And then I add 3 different colors of paint. So I have some green, I have some brown, oh that's black, I have some black, and I have some brown. I just kind of squeeze those in different proportions. It doesn't really matter unless you're going, again, for like a more mossy look or something. You could lean heavily in one color or another. I would like to add a generous helping of soy sauce. This has a really unique stain to it. And it's oily, so it kind of creates a little bit more texture on the surface of the wood. We have some of the Spanish moss that we'll be using a little bit more in later videos or later in this video, depending on how long this gets, but I like to just put a couple clumps in there. Again, it's just really for texture. Some strands. Those cleaned up. Secret ingredient is coffee grounds. I put like 2 big spoonfuls in there. And those act almost like if you've ever seen salt on a watercolor painting and it sucks up the color in some places. And then we have some just pretty much dried out potting soil. It does a little bit the same thing as the coffee grounds, it's just a different color. And they look nice together. That's that. I mix this up. And I just let these boards kind of sit in there. I'm gonna add a little bit more paint. Doesn't look quite thick enough. Do some black and brown. I really like that kind of like brownish undertone. All right, just mix that up, and we let this sit overnight. You can cover it if you'd like to. It doesn't really smell too great, but eventually the boards don't have a scent at all, so when those are finished, they're perfectly fine. That's kind of the end product, and we're gonna glue these over top of the windows together in a few. And that's it. So that's like a little time lapse of phase 1 of decorating your haunted home with things that come in the kits that are included. So we used all 20 of the popsicle sticks. And then the next steps will be to add more intricate pieces to this. Other things that are included in the kits are like wall art, like the Mona Lisa or Starry Night, other miniaturized paintings. If you guys are interested to see how we make our handmade ghosts, I have a video about that as well. Thanks for coming and watching to the end. Please hit the bell, like the video, have a look at our shorts, and let us know what you guys think. We'll see you at the next markets.